Hi babies. This is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I'd love to hear from you, and it just helps the channel grow. The song I got on here, I'll go into what I was meditating and I got the phrase or saying act right, or fucking act right, actually is what it said. So we'll get into that. Also, I was out riding my Harley earlier because it's really beautiful out today and it's warm, and it's finally like one of the true warm days of the year. And so I was feeling it. I was feeling good. Like, I was riding, I was getting on it, and you know, I was like shooting the gap, and I'm not gonna lie, I was going a bit fast, and the back end got a little loose on me, and to me it felt like my guides were like, ahem, hello, you forgot to like keep us in mind here. So that was kind of like a message of like, you're not in this alone, and to like stay up on your diligence about praying and asking for help, and talking with your guides, your angels, God, ancestors, whatever you want to call it. So definitely I do not condone like pushing, you know, vehicles or whatever to the edge, to the limit, but I was feeling myself, and that's just what happened. But I don't condone it because you could die. But you know, because I always pray before I ride. You know, I pray constantly all day, every day, like asking for help, asking for guidance, just anything that I need to know. I'm constantly asking and thanking also. I'm also thanking and saying, thank you for keeping me safe. Thank you for this. Thank you for, you know, whatever. Just feel what you feel called to like pray for and be thankful for and grateful for. Interestingly, the song that came on was Regulate by Warren G, Nate Dogg. Regulators, we regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good too. But you can't be any geek off the street. You gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep. Regulators, mount up. It was a clear black night, a clear white moon. Warren G was on the streets trying to consume some skirts for the eve so I can get some funk, rolling in my ride, chilling all alone. Just hit the east side of the LBC on a mission trying to find Mr. Warren G. Seeing a car full of girls, ain't no need to tweak. All your skirts know what's up with the 213. So I hooks a left on 21 and Lewis, some brothers shooting dice, so I said, let's do this. I jump out the ride and say, what's up? Some brothers pulled some gats, so I said, I'm stuck. Since these girls peeping me, I'ma glide and swerve. These hookers looking so hard, they straight hit the curb. Onto bigger, better things than some horny tricks. I like that. I see my homie and some suckers all in his mix. I'm getting jacked. I'm breaking myself. I can't believe they taken Warren G's wealth. They took my rings, they took my Rolex. I looked at the brothers and said, damn, what's next? They got my homie hemmed up and they all around. Can't none of them see him if they going straight pound for pound. They want to come up real quick before they start to clown. I best pull out my strap and lay these busters down. I don't normally read the whole song, but there's just like a lot here. And they got guns to my head, and I think I'm going down. I can't believe it's happening in my own town. If I had wings, I would fly. Let me contemplate. I glanced in the cut, and I see my homie Nate, 16 in the clip and 1 in the hole. Nate Dogg is about to make some bodies turn cold. Now they dropping and yelling, and it's a tad bit late. Nate Dogg and Warren G had to regulate. Oh snap. Okay. Now I'm switching my so I laid them all down, or I laid all them bustas down. I let my gat explode. Now I'm switching my mind back into freak mode. If you want skirts, sit back and observe. I just left a gang of hoes over there on the curb. Dang. Okay, now it's making sense. So, this is oh, I have goosebumps. Hell yeah. Okay, so this is like your freaking dark night of the soul, like you changing who you are as a person. Like, I'm kind of seeing it like this person's like losing all their possessions, their Rolex, their gold, their coin, you know, whatever, their rings, and they're thinking, you know, oh, like this I'm losing or whatever, but then they're like, no. So they're like fighting and they're like putting people in their place, which fucking act right. That's where that came from. Okay, now it's making sense. And they're like putting the hoes and the tricks to the side and leaving them on the curb. You know, I see that as like leaving like your addictions and stuff like that. Like you're walking away from that. I just left a gang of hoes on the curb. Now Nate got the freaks, and that's a known fact. Before I got jacked, I was on the same track. Back up, because it's on NA, Nate, and me, and the Warren to the G. Just like I thought they were in the same spot, in need of some desperate help. But Nate Dogg and G, child, were in the need of something else. One of them dames was sexy as hell and said, ooh, I like your size. She said, my car's broke down and you seem real nice. Would you let me ride? Okay, so I'm seeing this like you're doing some spiritual warfare shit. Like putting people in their place, making them fucking act right. And I see this as like, he went like he put those hoes to the side, the people that were trying to like leech him and like take from him and just be like, oh, because you're you have these things, you have this gold, you have this Rolex, you have this nice car, oh, take me for a ride, like use me, pay attention to me, like people these that are wanting to use you. And now you're like regulating, you're like, no, onto the curb, get out of my car, sit down, get out. No, like you're straight regulating, and that's incredible. Okay, goosebumps, confirmation on that. And then you're meeting people that like, ooh, I like your size, I like your energy, I like your aura, I like your growth that you're in, I'm liking this. And she said, my car's broke down and you seem real nice, would you let me ride? So you're like meeting your soul family. You're in doing so by cutting these people out, like, and not letting people take advantage of you and having this self-respect. Like, no, I'm gonna choose to like help people out and stuff like that. Obviously, like I'm sure the song wasn't intended to be that way, but that's just like the message I'm getting from this, because the next lyric is, I got a car full of girls and it's going real swell. The next stop is the East Side Motel. On the surface, yes, okay, but underneath it, I feel that the car full of girls is like your soul family and the people you're intended to make this journey with. And you're like headed to where you're supposed to be, the East Side Motel, which, you know what I mean. I'm tweaking into a whole new era. G-Funk, step to this, I dare ya. Funk on a whole new level. The rhythm is the bass and the bass is the treble. Chords, strings, we brings melody. Where rhythm is life and life is rhythm. If you know like I know, you don't want to step to this. Damn! Okay, so like you're straight up, like your spiritual authority is straight gangster, straight regulator, straight sit down, bitch. Fucking act right, or you're gonna get murked, okay? You're gonna get spiritually shot, okay? You're gonna get spiritually murked, okay? I'm gonna... What did it say? Damn it, now the lyrics are all weird. They want to come up real quick before they start to clown. They want to come up real quick before they start to clown. I best pull out my strap and lay these bustas down. You're laying these clowns down because you're like, sit down, bitch. Get out of my energy. Fuck off. No, no, no. You're being intense. I'm tweaking into a whole new era. You're like, this is new me. I am not taking this anymore. No, no. No. Oh, it's feeling good. My tension in my jaw's going away from saying that. Yes. Get out of my energy, bitch. Flush that energy. Get it out. That's good. I like that. And it's like hard. It's like, you're like, you don't want to fuck with me, dude. Like, you think you got me? You think you took my Rolex? You think you took my chain? You think you took like all these things from me? Bitch, you thought. I just got stronger, and it's coming back even harder back to you because of the things you stole from me. Like in the beginning, well, let me read the rest of the lyrics here. I want to step to this it's the G-Funk era, funked out with a gangsta twist. If you smoke like I smoke, then you're high like every day. So if your ass is a buster, 213 will regulate. In the beginning, it says, we regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good too. So not only is, oh my God, these goosebumps. Yes, it is very intense because it's your higher self and your guides, your ancestors, angels, your whole spiritual team, God, whatever you believe in, is like your gang. You are a bunch of spiritual gangsters. Like, you are not taking shit. And you're having like a turf war. Like, it's almost like your intensity and you being hardcore and like gangster like this and like not taking anything and like straight busting. What did it say? I laid all them busters down. I let my gat explode. You're letting your spiritual gat explode. You're letting your spiritual gat explode on these little clowns, these little pawns for the devil, for the demons, for the dark side, for whatever darkness that has tried to control, the universe for how long. You're not letting that. You're like a spiritual light gangster. Like, you're a light warrior, like gangster. Like, you're like, you got your piece in your pants like this and be like, try me, G, what's up? Like, what up? You're all like showing off your grill, like, yeah, I say it with my chest, B. I speak from my throat chakra. What's up? Like, I love it. Ooh, that's so fun. Now I'm switching my mind back into freak mode. So like, you can like flip a script real quick and like, so you get like pissed off and like use it as like a way to put someone in your place. Like, fucking act right, dude. Best fucking act right. And get out of my energy, sit the fuck down, and then you're like back to like grooving and being stupid and like, meh. Like, yes, I love it. So you're able to like just use that intensity and that anger, and because there's such thing as sacred anger, which we have to use in like war, like spiritual warfare, like whatever you want to do, like to protect yourself or to get things done. Like it helps with action. It is a very powerful energy, and when it's used properly, it gets things done. It moves mountains. So you've learned, oh my God, yes, the story's unfolding. Okay, so you've learned, God, I'm covered in goosebumps. This is incredible. You've learned to use all your past stuff and the wrongs people have done you in the past, or things you witnessed in other people that wasn't right or wasn't just, and you're using this now, that anger, that like chip on your shoulder. Like there's like a song, I think it's called like Holler Boys. I'm gonna look it up real quick actually. it just made me think of that, because it's like, if you're looking for a guy with a chip on your shoulder, I'm that guy, or something like that. I'm gonna look it up. Holler Boys lyrics by Upchurch. And let's see, just that song, and we'll download, we'll follow that lead there. The only poison I've had is ivy. The only man I fear is God. No snakes can make me run now, because I've been hit by them, all of them. By them all. Sorry, excuse me. No buck can stare me down. Neighbor can shut me up. No neighbor can shut me up. I'm off the grid and I'm off my rocker. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. You are unhinged. You're saying it with your chest. You're like, look at my throat chakra, bitch. Yeah, I said that. Yeah, I fucking said that. Yes. I'm off the grid and I'm off my rocker. I'm all off in the holler, son. I'm off in the holler, son. Ooh! So you're either in the streets or in the holler, but you're like, you ain't from around here, are you? And you're saying this to these little weirdos that are trying to like leech off of you, and like, you know, they're little pawns for the devil, like, just working in the darkness, like working to be against people. And, you know, you're stepping in with your intense, using that old like chip on your shoulder that you used to have, and you used to have that intense anger and be mad, and you're using it to protect people and put the darker powers, I'm using that loosely, the darker entities and stuff like that people operate from, their shadow, and you're using that to put them in their place and be like, sit down, bitch. Yeah, I'm working from the light, and we're just as intense too, you know, because you work with like the angels or whatever you work with, but you're using it for good. And you're like, all right, you ain't from around here, are you? Yeah, well, you're gonna sit right over there and shut the fuck up. I love it. This is good. It's like really intense, and I'm digging it, because I'm like about that energy. I'm about like intensity and like kind of keeping people on their toes, because like that's what you're doing. Like, I'm off the grid and I'm off my rocker. Like, you are saying whatever you think, and you are holding nothing back. And it is like scaring people, because they thought they could use you, abuse you, say whatever they wanted to you, because you always let it roll off your shoulder and off your back. And now that you've got this spiritual authority, and your guides and ancestors have got your back, and they're your, you know, they're your crew, your entourage, your mob standing behind you, and be like, all right, you want to mess with the viewer here, my collective here? All right, well, go ahead, and you'll be sleeping with the fishes, bro. Like, we them holler boys. Holler if you need something done. Holler if you need a chip on a shoulder and a hand with a loaded gun. Yes, you are fucking... I don't know why I did that. We'll be out that screen door, no shirt on. We'll be out that screen door, no shirt on, leaving 2 black marks down a 1-lane road. Yeah, we them holler boys. The only fight I've ever been in was taken up for somebody else. The only fight I've ever been in was taken up for somebody else. The only time I got my jaw jacked is never, but damn sure not quite yet. The times I miss the most are the times nobody knows. When it was me, my cousin, and a couple of my buddies racing down Old Sam's Creek Road. Ooh, the only fight I've ever been in was taken up for somebody else. I'm kind of getting like, you are like, because you have the spiritual authority now, and you're like, you're potent. Your energy is so intense now, and so like concentrated, because you've done so much work to get all this like icky crap out. You've done the energy work, you've done just like the internal mind stuff to be like, you know what, I'm not operating from fear, I'm not operating from anxiety, I'm not letting this stuff cloud my essence, my being, my true pure divine self, which is of pure light, pure source, most high, whatever you want to call it. I am of God, and that's it. There's no fear here. There's nothing here. And so now you have this intense spiritual potent authority here, and you're fighting battles for other people that aren't quite there yet. You are so strong and powerful that you're putting this in for other people now. I really enjoy that. The only time I got my jaw jacked is never, but damn sure not quite yet. So you are humble even too. You're even open to being like, you know what? I am not the best fighter. I am not the best yet, but I'm getting there. And I might be put in my place. I still have shadow work to do. You're aware that you still have some work to do. You're not one of those people that have, I can't remember the word, but it's when people start getting into spirituality and they think they're better than others. Like, you're not like that. You're humble and you're aware that the work never ends. You're never done. And even when you are at a new level, you're not better than anybody else. You're still just yourself. The only person you're competing against is yourself. And with that humbleness, so like, the only time I got my jaw jacked is never, but damn sure not quite yet. You know that you can be put in your place because you are doing the same for others and hoping that maybe, you know, someone uses their throat chakra, that grill, to say like, hey dude, like, no, sit down. You're acting out of your shadow right now and you're being a dick. Beautiful. We them Holler Boys, holler if you needing something done. So that's like your spiritual team. Like, they're running out. If you need a chip on a shoulder and a hand with a loaded gun, we'll be out that screen door, no shirt on, leaving 2 black marks down a 1-lane road. Yeah, we them Holler Boys. Holler boy native to the holler soil, washed in the spring of a farmer's joy. We them Holler Boys, holler if you needin' something. And that's the same thing again. With that, I think that you're, like I said, the realization of understanding where you come from. You are of God. You are asking Archangel Metatron, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Michael to protect you, to protect me, and help you with these battles, these against the darker parts of people. Whatever you kind of believe on that aspect. I'm a little extreme on that. Like, I definitely think people operate from having like dark entities in them and stuff like that. But I mean, it could be viewed as just the shadow, however you want to put that. Wherever you are on that belief, or if you even believe anything of that sort. Washed in the spring of a farmer's joy. We them Holler Boys. Holler if you're needing something done. So you are showing up so authentically and sticking to your word. I'm getting really like divine masculine. Ooh, I got that chills again. Okay, so like I might be speaking to a lot of the divine masculine where you're and everybody has masculine and feminine, and they're especially we might just be operating from this divine masculine more because that's the warrior, that's the protector, that's the provider, and you're showing up, you're sticking to your word, because that's what a divine masculine does. They stick to their word, they show up, they're dependable, they protect, they look out for others. They're fighting this war spiritually and using their strength, spiritual strength to do this. So yes, you spiritual gangsters, you spiritual holler boys, like, you ain't seen whatever, you know what I mean? You ain't from around here, are you? Well, why don't you go sit down and we'll tell you what's up. Like, I'll straight murk your ass if you if you want to act up. If you don't want to fucking act right, all right, well, sit down, bitch. You can answer to my spiritual team. I'm just gonna go into the cards. I just feel like a weird transition, but okay. The first card that came out was the Tower, and I was like, damn, okay, all right. And then with all of this, with the shift of with the Regulate, and it said I'm tweaking into a whole new era. So you're tearing down the darkness in people. Like somehow it's either you're making it submit, or somehow you're pulling it out of dissipating, tearing that down, those structures down, either in people, your job, like how things are operated, just because like my daddy did it, my granddaddy did it, my great granddaddy did it, so we always do it like that. Like, you're changing that. You're like, no, that's not fair, that's not just, this isn't fair to the employees, this isn't fair to whatever. Like, you're operating from this and protecting. And I'm still really getting that divine masculine where you're like hunting out and you're seeking, you're tracking, and like one track mind almost. Like, I have a goal to fight and tear down these powers that were the darker side of things, and you're hunting that down, you're tracking it down, and you're like staying silent. And then, you know, like, oh my God, I just got like an image of a guy, like it might be like some kind of Rambo shit or whatever, but like some guy that's like stalking like I don't even know, like something bad, like a demon or something. It was just like a dark entity, and like the person is like of the light, and so they're like a, you know, a human, but they're like glowing, and the person like comes out of like the darkness and like it just takes them out silently. That's what I'm getting. Like, oh yeah, so like it's reminding me of Dune and the Fremen, like how they're such like strong warriors, and they're like good at like waiting in the sand and like using going with the flow of the planet and the desert to use it to their advantage. So like you're using your spiritual strength and your knowledge to like go with the flow instead of just like abruptly like cutting through to something. You're collecting data, you're hunting this down, and to break this down. That's really interesting. I am digging that. So we have the Hermit in reverse. I think this guy is so cute. He is just so cute. I feel like this is you showing your true self and you stepping into your power and coming out. Because the Hermit upright is like, you know, he's in a little cave and he's like, oh, I've got to look inside myself. Okay. And, you know, he's covering his eyes and he's like meditating. He's really looking within. You've done that work, looking within. You've like faced that trauma and, you know, that chip on your shoulder. Like, yeah, I've been jacked around. I've been bullied. I've been whatever you want to say. Like, just injustice has happened to me. But you're using that, or even the stuff you've witnessed on other people, and you just are disgusted by it. Like, how could you do that? You're using that. You've alchemized it into your strength, and you're like, all right, okay. You want to play a game, bitch? I'm sorry I'm cussing so much, but it's just part of what's the energy is. I'm sorry. You want to play a game? All right. I'm going to call on my spiritual team, and, you know, I'm going to call Righteous Judgment, which is interesting. This is the card. This card, literally, when I was shuffling, it fell, like, perfectly. Like, it was like this, perfectly on top. Like, you couldn't see the other cards. So I was like, okay, all right. So this is, I get what you're saying. So you're calling righteous judgment on these people. Your spiritual team is like, no, we got you, B. We got you. Don't worry, baby. We got you. Sit down. We'll take care of this for you. They'll be swimming with the fishes. Or buried in the holler, if whatever you want to, whatever side you're on of that, whatever you resonate more with. But you're collecting data, you're seeing it, you're peeping the darkness for what it really is, and you're finally witnessing this. It could even be like family members, lovers, friends. You're finally, it's all coming together, and you're like getting mad, and you're like, okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, sit down. You know, keep doing what you're doing, because I'm peeping you. I'm watching you. Yeah. Your spiritual team has opened your third eye, and your intuition is on point, dog. Like, on point. Like, you are in a whole new whole new era. Like, what is that what he says? Yeah, I'm tweaking into a whole new era. I see that, like, tweaking, like, I imagine like somebody vibrating, you know, like, and that's like your frequency like raising so much higher that like you're like people can't even like see you properly anymore. You look different because like your vibration, your aura is just like vibrating so much differently that you're like shaking off the ick, the dust, the gross stuff, and you're peeping stuff. Like your pineal gland is like juicing now. Those little crystals are activated because your vibration is so much higher now, and you're tweaking into a whole new era, and you're peeping. Your spiritual guides have shown you what people be doing and how they be acting, and you're calling them out. You are like unhinged. What did it say? Oh, I don't know where it said that, but it felt like I laid them buses down and I let my gat explode. I thought it said something about, I don't know, I could be, I don't know. But you're saying it with your grill, and you're like, no, we're not playing this anymore. I'm just gonna say what I'm thinking and what my guides are telling me to say, and I am working with the light, baby. I'm working with the Most High, and you're gonna sit the fuck down. I'm calling righteous judgment on this, and my guides have my back. My spiritual team is not something to fuck with. So you are like straight pimp slapping people. You are straight pimp slapping people spiritually just by existing, because you're like, you're so tapped in with your third eye that because you've raised so high with your vibration and you've like cleansed everything out, that you don't even realize it's a download. You just say it just comes out, and people are like getting called out left and right, and they're like, how the fuck did they know that? What? And then you're just like all unhinged, like vibing out, like doing the robot or something, and then you're like, bitch, my guides told me to say this, and then you walk away. Like that's all you had to do, just to spiritually pimp slap a hoe, like, and leave them on the curb so they know their place. Oh my god, this is fun. But I will say people are not liking this. So this is the 10 of Cups in reverse. This deck is it's the curses. And that's like happiness and stuff like that, happy family. It is like breaking stuff up. And I'm also seeing this as like breaking familial curses, like patterns, stuff like that. You just being unhinged, hardcore, saying it with your chest, like, yeah, I got a chip on my shoulder. You want me to, what did it say? What did the Holler Boys song say? If you need a chip on a shoulder and a hand with the loaded gun, we'll be out the screen or no shirt on. You'll be like, you know what? I'm in the middle of eating a hot dog right now, and I will bitch slap you spiritually, man. I am getting downloads left and right without even trying, and I will say it. Don't test me. I'll have mustard on my face, and I will say it. Like, you are not holding back anymore. There's no more hesitation with this, and it is breaking all this, like, familial curses. Like, your family may have, like, this happens to a lot of people. Like, you get broken down for talking or speaking out of term, or you express yourself in a certain way and they're like, well, that was stupid to say. Why'd you say that? That was stupid. Or just something like to knock you down. And then, you know, when you're a kid, you're like, well, I guess I am stupid because my parents told me. So, like, you're breaking that pattern of, like, well, don't say anything because whatever you're going to say isn't worth hearing. We don't want to hear it because it's stupid. So you're, like, breaking this familial pattern with your high frequency. That this little critter is, like, shooting lasers out of its eyes and at the skeleton. And I see that as, like, raising the vibration. Like, this is your guides, like, shooting little lasers at you, like, your little downloads that you're getting, and you're raising higher and higher in this, and you're just saying it with your chest. And I'm sure, like, your family does not like that. Like, or, you know, the people around you that are used to just manipulating you and like keeping you down and not allowing you to say anything because you're like, oh, well, I don't speak eloquently enough, or I don't talk well enough to say the right things at the right time to people. You know, like your spouse puts you down all the time, your partner, or just like, and they make you feel like everything you say is wrong. And now you're like, you know what? Fuck that. You just don't want to hear me call out your shadow, call out your demon that you're possessed with. You just don't like that. I just spit everywhere. Hopefully it didn't get on the camera. I'm all passionate and juicy for this reading. So you're raising your vibration, and like the skeleton's like really happy. So you're like, guides are shooting all these things at you, and you're just like breaking down any of the masks, the outer shell of things, like anything that's superficial. It's not there anymore because you're breaking this down with your tower. You know, like, I am unhinged. I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want now. Like, no, I'm done playing this game. Y'all thought you could take my Rolex, my chain, my teeth, my grill. It's not happening anymore. Don't even fucking try that. And you know what? I thank you for taking that stuff, because that made me stronger. And now I got this chip on my shoulder, and I'm not gonna let you do that to anybody else ever. Because I'm stronger now, and I'm a warrior. So that's like where you're acting out of. Like, you're in that like divine masculine, like chasing this down, catching it. And like, I'm also getting, like, you don't even have to do anything sometimes. You just entering a room will make people fucking act right. It is nice. Like, I'm peeping like cubicles or like a maze or something, or like there's lots of doors, and like somebody's just doing some shady shit, like stealing something or whatever, and you just like barely like take a step out, like they see your foot and they're like, oh shit, put it back. Like, you're so potent with your energy that you've done all this work and like sacred power, sacred anger that you're working with, and like using that to fight this battle against the darkness and within people, or however you want to view that. That could be shadow, whatever you believe in, whatever. Because you're doing this, just your big toe like shakes people, like with that. Ooh, okay. So you are like vibrating so high that even just your presence like shakes people off, like shakes like their foundations, because the tower is breaks down all like bad foundations, weak foundations. So your energy is a literal tower, like breaking everything down, because you're so stable, connected to your third eye, your intuition, all of your chakras are aligned. Like, you are in your power. You've done the shadow work, you've faced your trauma, and you've learned from it and become more powerful in that. So you know how to still, like, you know what, I'm gangster still. Like, I'll fuck you up, man. Like, I still got that little twitch in my eye, man. And with that, so this is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And I'm viewing this as right now. See how he's like reading a book and he's like being taught things by these like dark beings. You are teaching some motherfuckers some hard ass lessons. Be like, you want to fucking play with these little dark entities and mess around with that? You want to play in the dark? You want to talk shit about people? You want to sabotage their money, their success, their confidence, because you're a little weak, shadowed person, because you don't want to put yourself out there? All right, I will break your ass down, because I can peep your ass. I can see right through this little cloaked shit you got on. Your little cloak? Yeah, I have fucking X-ray vision, bitch. Oh, that's what it is. You have X-ray vision. I have fucking X-ray vision, bitch. All right, you want to play around with these nice little angels here that don't know this lesson yet? I have been through the darkness. I've been on that side. Because, like, that's what I'm getting is, like, you've been in the dark. Because we all have. We all get programmed in some way. And you've chosen to walk in the light and walk the higher path and grow and be a better person and protect and provide and operate from that you have, like, you're like, it's like, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. Like, you've been that person, so you're like, all right, bitch, fucking bet. I will tear you down. And it's not like a malicious thing. It's just you, like, your guys are like just giving you downloads and you're just like, all right, fuck, I'll say it. Okay, fine. I don't know why I wanted to say that, but I did. There's no filter in between your pineal gland, which is your, like, your intuition, like, antenna to, like, pure source, to the most high, angels, guides, whatever you want to say. Your filter between that and your mouth is no longer there. There's no blockages because you broke these familial patterns, these things that held you back from being your authentic, powerful self. And with that, you're rising higher. Like, so right here, this is like the Five of Pentacles. It's like being out in the cold, loss, lack, all that. And now you're like, you're not letting people be alone because you're protecting them. And you're cutting through the bullshit. So this is the Knight of Swords. I'm almost going to run out of time. I'm loving this reading though. See how this is you. This is you just, like, accidentally just destroying someone, bitch slapping someone with your, like, intuitive downloads. That is fucking great. I love that. Like, you're just cutting through their bullshit. Like, you're like, okay, I don't know, for some reason my guides told me to tell you this or say this at this time. I don't know, I'm just eating a hot dog. And you're just, like, slicing them in half with your, because the swords are like thoughts, mind, speaking, stuff like that. And you're using those words and your throat chakra, your grill, to say it, like, and cut through this darkness, this, like, shake off or just accidentally destroy someone, their ego. Like, when they're operating out of their ego and they're talking shit about people, they're gossiping, or just you see them manipulating you or others, and your guides or whatever you believe in, you just get this download and you say it and you're like, okay, well, for some reason I felt the need to say that, and you're already peeping them. So you're like, fuck it, okay, I guess I'll say this. And it's like cuts them to the core and they're like, this has never happened to me before. I'm the one in control. I don't like this. So you may have, and under that is the strength in reverse. You're like, their little fake ass muscles, they went away because they were getting their strength by putting others down. That's not true strength. That's not being in your divine masculine. That is not being a true warrior. That's not being a true provider, protector. That is weak. That's working from the darkness. And strength in reverse is weakness. So your words, like, and you have no intent to be a bully or anything. It just happens. Like, the frequency you're at right now, and your dharma, your life purpose, your divine life purpose, is to just accidentally put these bitches in their place. You're like, you're all fucking smiling, like, la la la, I just said something and I completely shook you to your fucking core, and you're sad. Oh man, What do you mean my life isn't based off of me bullying people? What does that mean? What do you mean I shouldn't destroy people's confidence to make myself feel better? And it's not even like you directly saying it. It could even be just this slight comment of like, it's like, how did they know that? Or like you might be like accidentally saying what they're thinking, like, and you don't even know. You're just like, I don't know, my guys fucking told me to say this. I don't know. And it's crazy because you're just shaking them to the core. Everything they've known up until this point and how to control people and operate and can just be in this state of feeling in control. That's the only word I can really think of, is having a grasp on this and gripping it, white knuckling it, that they're shook because they're like, oh fuck, I don't have control. Oh shit. Oh, you're sending them into a dark night of the soul just by existing and putting your energy to a higher level, a higher frequency. And it's all because you did the work. You faced your shadows. You used that chip on your shoulder for a good thing, that sacred anger. Ooh, I really love that. I really enjoy that. I am about to run out of space, so I don't want to leave this reading. I'm loving the energy, but I love you. Keep being these strong, powerful people, but also check yourselves, because you can always still get your jaw jacked, remember. All right, I love you. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe, keep being your wonderful selves, and like and subscribe. Goodbye.